This is not some type of overhaul that's going to change the life of your company. By not knowing what your pain points are, by not putting the customer first, you could be wasting a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying that the companies at Shop Talk will waste your time. That's not it at all I'm saying is before you choose an AI tool with high expectations, just remember AI is only as good as the information that's being fed to it. So let's talk about quality of data, because that's something you need to be having conversations with your team and really understanding what quality of data is and not relying on a tool to do it for you. Now, one of the key questions that I asked during a session, which I thought was an excellent session by a group of women who were super powerful and super smart and have a ton of experience, was actually centered around quality of data. So what I asked was simple. We see now that AI tools are utilizing latent data, past purchase data, old data, existing data, data that was previously siloed, data that previously sat in one department and didn't make it to the next, and things that, are about price, perhaps, the size, fit, all of these pieces that we haven't quite figured out how to connect, but we're now putting this data into LLMs and asking the LLM to then run analysis that tells us how to run our businesses. Now, if you can't tell by the sarcasm in my voice, I don't think this is something you should fully rely on, and here is why. While having past purchase data is great, and there's tons of it, and it tells you things like what was purchased, when it was purchased, how many things were purchased, and so on, it doesn't quite give you the outlook on the customer that would be necessary to improve whatever it is that you're doing and to make sure that you match people to product efficiently. Now, I'm a qualitative analysis girl. I did a qualitative analysis in my master's thesis at Cornell many moons ago, and I helped brands and retailers do qualitative analysis before ChatGPT became a thing, and you absolutely had to do it yourself using Tableau and other things like that, and Microsoft Azure. So much fun. But now that we do have these really sophisticated tools to analyze data, one of the things that I think is super important that was missing in every conversation that I listened to was, how are we going to utilize qualitative data? Exactly. How are we going to utilize the sentiments of our customers? See, we have past purchase data and we have past behaviors. Well, a snippet into past behaviors, because if you bought something, that's a behavior. We don't know why you bought it. We don't know what converted you. We may not know that information, but we know that you bought it, and so we can make inferences off of that. What we don't have is current customer behavior and future customer behavior and sentiments. Now, this is super important because fashion is a multisensory engagement, and we have hedonic motivations and utilitarian motivations. So much of fashion is emotional. So if we try to dumb down fashion to numbers, quantifiable metrics, and also vanity metrics, we're going to miss a huge piece of the customer profile that I think would make a really big difference in your personal LLMs that you are building. Those qualitative pieces are key to being able to do predictive analysis properly about your customers without over relying on past data. You see, causation and correlation are things that can impact our data, and I'm not sure if AI is smooth enough or savvy enough to tell the difference. I actually heard one of the speakers say that he didn't think that luxury brands needed data scientists and didn't need to hire data scientists, and I'm totally against that. You need people that understand data on a scientific level so that causation and correlation isn't a problem.